What I wanted to talk about today instead is something that a feature that I fairly recently realized wasn't overly utilized or well known, because I've been showing it to agents here or there and they had no idea it existed, and it's a really handy little communication tool within Moxi. So what I wanted to talk about today was within Moxi Engage, just a quick way that you can send out an email or a blast to your sphere without having to go through the entire campaigns section. So we all know, and I will agree wholeheartedly that for me, one of the biggest sort of pain points within Moxi Engage right now is the campaign section when trying to send an email out. You have to have a campaign structure pulled in, and then you have to have an email pulled in, and then you have to hope that it's an email that you can edit, and then you have to add your sphere to it, and all of this might just be for like one quick email, and that's a lot of work, and obviously too much work needed to do one quick email. So there is a feature in Moxi that allows you to just send a quick email. It's pretty basic, so this won't be a long, session at all, but it's one that is important, I think, to know. So first thing I'm just going to show super quick, though, is just a reminder, because I'm going to pull into this in a second here. When you go to My People, so this is just my sphere that I have in Moxi. It's pulling over, of course, from my Gmail. I've got all of my tags here, right? Blue Sync contact list, marketing group, Michigan manager, stuff like that. So I just wanted to show that as important quick because I'm going to use those in a moment. But it's pretty straightforward. You guys may or may not have known, in Moxi, in the upper right corner of Engage, right underneath your headshot, there's an envelope right here. And if I click that envelope, it brings up an email message for me to type out and for me to send to my sphere. What's great about this is that I can do it as a quick one-off. So I could simply put Angie's email in there, and you can see even by typing it in, all of my contacts come up. So I could send one to Angie and say, "Hi Angie, from Moxi Monday," and then I could simply type an email out. I can add text. I can use this little image here to add a graphic. Maybe I have one of these little social media graphics I want to add here to use, and just say, "Hey Angie, hope you're doing well. Here's a cool graphic for you to use." So I've got the image in there, and really, obviously, a lot of this just functions like a normal email sender, where you can change the font size all the way up to 20, past that. I'm just going to do that. You can change the font itself to a handful of them here. Bold, italic, underline, you get how it works. So it's nice because, of course, you can send little one-offs. You can add attachments. Up to 25 megabytes, you can send an attachment through here, which is also great if you have maybe some sort of PDF you want to attach for a CMA or a document, obviously anything, and then of course your signature with your info is going to come through as well. So that's awesome because you can send a quick email pretty easily there. However, what's even cooler about it to me is that you can actually pull in entire email lists. So if I wanted to send an email to all of the people on my Blue Sync list, I would simply start typing in the to area, and my entire contact list would come up. So now everybody who's in my Blue Sync contact list is going to be getting this email. I don't have to go into campaigns. I don't have to do all of that weird structural stuff. I have it right here. So this is nice because I already have the list right there, and then I'm going to add to the subject, maybe like I'll just do January market report or something like that. So what's great is that I now have a way to send this email to a group of people easily. But what's even cooler is that there's this feature here called Insert Mail Merge that actually allows it to be personalized. So what I can do here is if I click on Insert Mail Merge, it's going to have a bunch of options here. But basically what this is going to do is if I type the word hi and then I put the word first name here, I choose first name from the mail merge, it is going to, when I send this out to everybody in the Blue Sync contact list, it's going to autofill their name and their email. So for Angie, it's going to say, "Hi, Angie." For JD, it's going to say, "Hi, JD." For so-and-so, it's for every name, it's going to fill in just in their just in their email, their name. And you can even see right here where if there isn't, if for some reason I have contacts entered incorrectly, like they don't have a first name in there and imported weirdly, it's going to default to there, meaning it's going to say hi there and then have the rest of the email as well. So that is a really cool way of not only sending out an email quickly to any of your lists within Moxi, but also personalizing it so it feels like it's coming directly from you to them. So if you go back to this little insert mail merge section, again, you can see that they have first name, first and last name, physical address, email address, title, company, and phone number. Any of these fields you can have auto-populate in there. So maybe, an easy use case for address is maybe you want to say, I love being able to offer complimentary home evaluations to my friends and family. If you would like a complimentary evaluation on your property at, and then I can go into the insert mail merge and put physical address, put that, on your complimentary evaluation on your property at blah, 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 comma, please let me know. So the only thing you have to be careful of with things like that one is that if that goes through and you don't have an address in there for somebody, then that will come through blank. So it would say complimentary evaluation on your property at, please let me know. So, but again, it's a great way to make these emails more personalized. So I already have a couple of chats come in. Can you schedule? You cannot schedule these emails. And then Christina asks, can you change the word there in the mail merge name field? Yes, I believe you can. I have not done it myself, but because this is it's basically a coding that's built into it, you should be able to do that and have it autofill or have it work. So what Christina is basically saying is right here it says, hi, contact first name, and then default is there. If they don't have a name, can you change the there to something else? As far as I know, yes, I have not tried it, but knowing how these things work, that should work absolutely fine. You would simply want to make sure you keep the rest of the structure at exactly the same. So I'm not going to mess with the quotes there. I'm simply going to change the stuff in between to say, hi, my beloved friend, right? To make it very personalized for people who don't have their first name in there. So that should again change that. Now, one thing that you could possibly do that I haven't tested yet is for physical address. You could theoretically also follow that structure and add a default in here as well to say, if they don't have a physical address, say at your current address maybe, right? So that way you now have it where if you would like a complimentary evaluation on your property at, if they have it in, it's going to say 123 Main Street. If they don't, it's going to say your current address. Please let me know. So again, you can add that in there. I believe that should work. Again, I haven't personally tested it, but again, knowing how the structure works, it should work like that just fine. What about punctuation after the name? Should you just put it in after the little brackets? Yes, exactly. So Pam, you nailed it. So if you want punctuation, I would add a comma right there. Let me actually zoom in just so you guys can see. Hopefully that works. I would add the comma right there after the brackets, so that way it is obviously grammatically correct once you send it out. Any other questions on this, guys? Because from this point on, it's pretty straightforward. You can also say, click here to learn more. You can hyperlink something, so I'm going to type that line in. I'm going to highlight it, and then I'm going to go up here to the chain, and I can add the URL I want it to go to, so like freehomeeval.com, whatever the link is, click OK, and now that text is going to be hyperlinked. Like I showed you, I can add an image, I can hyperlink the image, I can do all this text stuff, but again, what I like about this is that it allows you to send off an email to one person or to a group of people without having to go through the whole campaign structure, which, as we've established, can be kind of frustrating. So any questions on this little envelope?